Mate Labor Minister in Sama Waka, me ba me de betu dwa. But I mean call Mr. Harrison Ampaabeng, or a General Secretary, National Association of Registered Midwives, Ghana. Say in Seminole, I be wo. Mr. Harrison, be aboko there.
Nyame adom kwajo bibia boko pa.
Nice. Yeah, that's it. What association no? Association of Registered Midwives. Association ben that mudienim any Ghana Registered Nurses Association and Midwives for no.
Me da say kwajo ma me fa kwanya itu na me nchia wahwefo anyway tiefo nyina. What we say ye Ghana ya mamra no ema ye ho kwan. The 1992 Constitution gives chance to health workers to join any association of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at my association, that is the National Association of Registered Midwives Ghana, the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, we have other associations. We have the Union of Professional Nurses and Midwives Ghana. We have Professional Association of Psychiatry Nurses. We also have the Ghana Registered Midwives Association. So we have these associations that exist in our country. And my association is solely midwives. We have some of the associations that have nurses and midwives together. But when it comes to National Association of Registered Midwives, it's made up of public sector midwives. So we are midwives solely. Thank me, that's it.
So clearly, Modiano, midwives and kwa, just say, Monfa nurses and fra, Monfu Bia, some fra, Sana Besoche, right?
Me pachewane.
More strike, Anna.
Ansana me you are no no. My young head you see ya and ne amaya baby dressing. Said ye beya with tier 4 and what 4 will get a clear understanding.
Okay.
And maybe a draw association sama bubodi yina no. Yina dear ba kwam pese timamu for any media say we are not fighting against each other. However, your condition of service agreement and maybe a term, we start with the government and we had some negotiations. So right after the negotiation, one of the associations came up that during the course of the negotiation, they were not invited. So it was contested in court. So the implementation was set up for 1st of July. That was in 2024. In Tiyam Koyembra, Assembly could do court in the Hujumabibri, any year Semno, Eba, any Abesi, a year at 2 years. Ye to ye no, a buying for fraba, yin in a buying a was in Hobium, a buying for fraba. This are buying for fraba there. We know governance is continuous. So now we expect the new government to take over the collective agreement and go ahead and implement it. So we have had series of stakeholder engagement. We've met with the minister, we have met with the Director General Ghana Health Service. When we were working on our people, we met with the Chief Director, Ministry of Health and all that. But there was a TRC and say, you need stakeholders in Asia. Yes, and yes, my embrace. Now, your new committee, now committee, and share condition of service, and I can say, Monsai Maya, because you were near my Bakumi, condition of service in my Ebe Emma Juma as nurses and midwives and Akoso. Into your meeting near Gina Tournament, and it came out that we are supposed to meet the Ministry of Finance on the 18th. So when you make it was done collectively by the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, my association, National Association of Registered Midwives, UPNMG, Ghana Registered Midwives, and the Psychiatry Nurses Association. So you're doing commodity in the area, Yes, will be the National Executive Council. Now, GRNMA thinks that once you embark on an industrial strike, and when a baby Ampaabeng is too free, and a year midwives in yes, can any some unions here. But now, let's continue to have an open dialogue with the government and other stakeholders. The entire year can say, you can't be a midwife for our home. But if you look at the news making headlines and all that, you always realize that it is referring to nurses. Yena, ye kwejuma, nyoma, yen kasa nurses for nyejuma. Nurses, they do their possible best. But once you take a midwife, we attend to the pregnant woman, the unborn baby, the society, and everybody. And I can say, yeah, young Koso, let's continue to engage the government in an open dialogue. Let's make sure we put some steps in place for the condition of service to be implemented, from which I will benefit, members of GRNMA will benefit, on all other associations respectively. So that is it. Now, it is thrown outside that the labor unions are fighting among ourselves. No, we are not fighting. Just that there is a little misunderstanding. The understanding is that let's go on industrial strike for the government to attend to our condition of service agreement to see to its implementation. And we are saying no. Let's continue to engage the government. Let's continue to have stakeholder engagement so that our condition of service will be implemented for us. So we are saying that we don't want a situation whereby we will sit home. Then at the end of the day, obi a onyim oba yarehwe obeba beduru na nyema bi a wose ye mane yentimi anya ama no ebedu baby na wakwa awo so na wahwere ni nkwa ma me na hwere ni nkwa ana ya hwere ni ba no ye midwives ye say ye ne omunya adwene enti ye de ye bekoso akwa adwuma na mo ye koso akwa adwuma no that doesn't mean we are against the implementation of the condition of service agreement. We are not against it. But we are saying that let's continue to engage the government. Let's have stakeholder consultations so that at least the condition of service will be implemented. But we don't want a situation whereby we will sit at home. Then at the end of the month, when we are compiling our report, we are going to count neonatal mortality and morbidities. We are discouraging people from home delivery, from visiting the traditional birth attendants. Now when we are on strike, you lead them to no other alternatives than to be visiting these people. Some of them will be taking one, they will be self-medicating and all that. At the end of the day, when complications come, we will be the same people to come and manage those complications after the industrial strike action. So we are saying no. For the strike action, we side with Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. But on the issue of industrial strike, no, we don't agree with you. But rather, let's continue to engage the government so that the condition of service will be implemented. Now, that notwithstanding, we want to throw it to the government that they should make sure that they put possible structures in place to make sure that the condition of service is being implemented, irrespective of we still saying that we are going to work. So for us, we are going to work doesn't make the government reluctant not to implement the condition of service agreement. We need it. We are talking about our peer renewal. We are talking about some percentages and all that, which shows that now if you look at the condition of service agreement, I was abiding a fire license I was abiding a fire honka. And to some our licensing has expired.
Okay.
And we need to work with a renewed license. Now government has not implemented it. So we want to make the government aware, irrespective of we say we are going to work. That shouldn't give them how do I put it? Some chance to say that the midwives are going to work. We need our colleagues nurses to work with them.
Maybe Mr. Ampaabeng, quick one. What's it? More license, you renew it.
Yes.
Is it just as saying is me or drop any me license you renew it so police chimia odi can say or chimmy because me renew it. How is yours like say more renew ya? Does it make the midwife, the nurse, a qualified person to continue working?
Thank you so much. You realize this and many other reasons. That is why we are calling for the implementation of condition of service agreement, because it has been signed already. Now, I go to work. I have all the knowledge. I have all the experience that I work as a midwife. I'm talking from my perspective as a midwife. Now, the license that I am holding to work with has expired. And governance, as I said, is continuous. So the government is supposed to see to it that the condition of service is being implemented so that our licenses will be renewed. You will meet a driver who drives so well, who does so many things. But along the line, should the driver be interrogated, at the end of the day, bring your license. What shows that you are a qualified driver? What is the status of your license? Once the driver brings out their license and you realize the license is not working, you can take the person through all legalities. In our field of work, we meet a whole lot of situations.
Okay, me pese ye se ne be ya etie fo no bete eye mo haw ni ye ase esane se bebree no fo say bia saa ne se mo call ya ne se mo pese mo call eye strike no. So again, what does the law say? Ewo eye mo mra mu se obi a license eye expired emra ne ka den se nipa no onye qualified anase ye chi no anase ni so okwa adwuma anase dien ya den pa na mo mra ne ka.
Ye mra mu ni se wo quantity na wo wia. You will be licensed by the regulator, which is the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Ghana. That mandates you to be a qualified nurse or midwife to work.
Okay.
And what we say, waiting a yenia breno, waiting a yenia breno. And it says, "See, me yemejuma. I am a seasoned midwife for that matter. Me yemejuma. Mejuma na me yeno. Kratana ikuta me say, a mammy ye midwife for midimunu ewu. And so, you need a buyer for Tenase, a buying, you can't buy a nya buy a chum, a buy a woho. Yet, you didn't say a buy by governance, as I said, is continuous.
Sure.
You need a buyer Tenase, a buy the FS away my Yadiatum, Yadian Ashen Kratase, by the Wages and Salaries Commission, the President of the GRNMA, the Secretary, and other people, Yadian Ashen Kratase, a buyer Diatum. BBC, a buyer to me, I am far and yet, what you my now. Ye jumana ye me license ami de ye jumano ewu meaning me jumana me ye se me nikra tabi e wo me certificate da ho but license na afibia e wo se me ko renew I give me to mo say me ye nurse na midwife no ewu eti me jumani ma me ye se obetumi ye jana bibi to wo jumani mu a ana obi twe se me de wo family kwan so a e be bisa wo say abodi ana de na kire say we hear now your midwife, you bring out your license and it has expired.
Yes, me too.
We will continue to let the media be aware that there is no tug of war between unions. And you see, we are not fighting among ourselves. When we meet, we are good friends. But the issue here is that GRNMA thinks, let's embark on an industrial strike. Sometimes, you see, people say that strike is the language the government understands. New man a year form as nurses and midwives, you do baby a year. Essentially, a year, Juma, say, see a young Quajuman, what would you maybe a AC? But young midwives, you know, because of their passion nature, nurses, they also have their passion. And young nurses in Libya, that's what it is. Not at all. So the nurses are not happy. But, okay, we need the condition of service to be implemented.
Okay, so we can see on authority.
We are going to. So the fact that we are going to work, the media shouldn't throw it out there that the unions are fighting among ourselves. No, at the end of the day, when the condition of service is being implemented, we all benefit. Harrison, I am not an exception.
So we can see on authority
my brother Frank is not an exception.
Sure.
Maxwell, president of UKNMG, is not an exception.
Sure. So we can see on authority. So we can see on authority that National Association of Registered Midwives Ghana there mo call strike here mo juma still.
We have informed our members that we believe in open dialogue with the government for the condition of service to be implemented. So we continue to tell our members that they should continue going to work. The mother and child should be attended to. The unborn baby in the utero, you don't know what is happening. And you see, want to predict the outcome of any pregnancy and labor. At the end of the day, we don't want the situation whereby a baby bonting media moka mami we kwa was one funny bam but say you two mami for no for say be amomra ma yenhwemo enti adwuma na ye kono we are not going to work because we want to sabotage the Ghana Registered and Midwives Association. We don't have that in mind at all.
And so more share humo brona yes more share humo believe in dialogue into dialogue.
Once the government implement the condition of service for us, we are happy. You will see us going there. So we are not fighting. So please, let's make it let's make the citizens aware that the unions are not fighting among ourselves. Just that it's a little misunderstanding.
Mr. Ampaabeng, you better say, Radin Shaw, any of members in na repemu you better say the incomobile.
If I say you,
that's a Mr. Harrison Ampaabeng, General Secretary for National Association of Registered Midwives. And I no edi enkomono ma me kwa homa so se me ka cho se e be ko regions ni nyina na akwa ko bisa the airco e wo the big hospitals ni nyina me sha se fie